Rod Donovan's relegated back to 4th position in the 6PR car, and there's Paul Halstead in the Big Falcon on the outside of John Morris. But there's no doubt about the race leader. Ron Lindell leads the boys up through the S's, followed there by Trevor Hine, Ian Wilkie, Rod Donovan, John Morris, then back to Paul Halstead, Ian Diffin in a very unfamiliar scene, driving a little Mazda. Back to John Eden, Noel de Grissa, Don Allen, John Lloyd and Tim Houghton in the Gagler cars with... there's a car at the rear of the field there is Gary Gibbs. What an interesting start there. Rod Donovan bogged down considerably and was left sort of back in about 4th position before he knew what was going on.
What a magnificent start by the Lotus and Lands, and Trevor Hine working very well from the middle of the field.
Yes, well, now this match is right up the front there. Trevor Hine will throw everything out. And there he is, right at the back of the big Ford, lacking nothing in cubic power as he comes over the top hill. Outbreaks Ron Lindell into Kodak corner. Come on, race fans. This is brilliant stuff. Ron Lindell in the big Ford, put to one side by the little Lotus to land. Rocket and Rodney Donovan throwing a challenge outside of Lindell. Lindell's back to 3rd position. Ian Wilkie also having a run at Lindell. And John Morris there in 4th position. Well, nothing be taken away from Trevor Hine. Ron Donovan there also pushing Ron Lindell to one side, past the Gerlach sign as they start to climb up through the S's. And Ian Wilkie keeping Ron Lindell very, very honest there. And their race leader has just opened up that 10-metre lead as Trevor Hine over Rod Donovan. Ron Lindell back in 3rd. Ian Wilkie, John Morris, John Eden, Paul Halstead in the big Batmobile Ford. Back to Ian Diffin in the Mazda, and Ian's driving incredibly well. There's Tim Houghton very sideways. Don Allen's gone bush as the traffic's very thick and fast up through BP corner as Don Allen now will have to wait for a chance to get back on the circuit. Pulls out in front of Dave Williams but goes on with the job. Oh, what a bit of action there. There's no doubt about it. The little giant killer, Trevor Hine, back to keep the big Fords very honest as he's done on many occasions in seasons gone by. There he is, over the top of the Motorcraft hill, past the Gerlach 6PR sign. Rod Donovan back in 2nd position, can't seem to make any difference. There goes Ian Wilkie underneath the Ford. Oh, gives him a wheel. Cop that. Oh, the big Ford of Ron Lindell got shoved well and truly to one side by Ian Wilkie. And look at Ron Lindell doing a bit of bush plowing. What an incredible little bit of action there. And Ron Lindell's right back in the field now. Ian Wilkie slowed dramatically as he has a section of flare rubbing on the rear section of the car, and this no doubt will slow him up. Oh, we've got action everywhere, thick and fast. There's no doubt about it. The first event here today at Wanneroo Park. And we got the race leader, Trevor Hine, now disappears past the QAS Tower Hill and sets off now down into the dipper for the long, hard grind up over the top of the Motorcraft Hill. And this is where the big Fords will peg back the little Lotus of Land, but I tell you what, he's certainly got the march on him today. Smoke coming out of the back of Tim Houghton's Mazda. Ian Wilkie definitely has a section of the body dragging on one tyre, and this will slow him no doubt. And here comes Rod Donovan, throws the big Ford right up into top gear, charges hard at the little Lotus of Land and closes up just measurably under brakes here. Trevor Hine drifts beautifully through through Kodak corner. Rod Donovan there in 2nd position. A bit of sand, loose sand on the track there, and John Morris up in 3rd. John Eden in 4th. And there's Rod Donovan. He snatched back the lead going into Uni Park corner. Outbroke the little Lotus of Land, and Trevor Hine relegated back to 2nd position. Well, we wait now. Can Trevor Hine throw out another challenge to Rod Donovan? And Ron Lindell well and truly back in the field at the moment. Making no real ways towards the race leader, but I tell you what, can you be cheeky in that little Lotus of Land of Ian Wilkie when he come underneath Rod Donovan, Ron Lindell then, and moved into one side. There goes the big Ford. Oh, around she goes. The Ford of Paul Halstead looks like it's boiling quite badly up in BP corner, but the driver's A-OK, there's no doubt about that. He seemed to lock up in his own steam and spun round. As the cars negotiate that section very carefully now, and there comes the race leader, Rocket and Rodney Donovan. The 6PR flyer into Kodak corner. Trevor Hine up behind him, drifts a little Lotus very sideways there through Kodak corner as they start to drag along the quarter-mile straight. Last lap, boys. 1 lap left to go. Can Rod Donovan keep the 6PR two-door out in front? Hine goes on the outside, keeping all the race fans right on their toes. as he moves now. What a cheeky little effort. This is past. Oh, as they go up through the S's together, right alongside each other. Where's the land gone? It's gone missing in action. Trevor Hine right underneath, and there's the Ford, and it's gone nearly right around in front of Trevor Hine. Hine moves to the inside. Donovan's gone wide. What an incredible race, fans. Past the QAS Tower Hill and down the short pit straight. And what an action, thick and fast. You cannot believe. I'll tell you what, these boys who drive these Lotus Elands are certainly desperates. And there's, as they disappear past the QAS Tower Hill and go down to the dipper, we'll wait on top of the motor cartel. And I'll tell you what, Rodney Donovan will have blood in his eyes. He'll be fired up and raring to go. Over the top of the motor cartel. Here comes the Lotus Elan. Anything can happen this time into Kodak Corner, past the Gerlock 6PR sign, and the checkered flag will be out this time. There's no doubt about it. There's Trevor Hine, just a little land. Rodney Donovan back there in second place, but what an incredible drive. Put your hands together, race fans. As Hine takes it out there from Rod Donovan, and there's John Morris back in third position and drove quite well. Very steady and very clean race. And Ron Lindell, who was back in about 10th position at one stage, then got up.